But there's a secondary and a more insidious piece here that I don't think people are thinking about and haven't talked about. So I want to talk about it here. The group that is the most reliable to the Democratic Party is Black women. And they're going to start punishing Black women. They're going to start punishing Black women. Now,
hey fam, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that from wherever you, my people, are watching this from, you're doing all right and God has protected you and preserved you very well. Yes, we are about to hit 10,000 subscribers, and thanks to you guys for your support. That really means a lot to me. I do appreciate you and I don't take any of you for granted. Yes, and to the members, thank you so very much. You guys are doing me amazing for supporting exclusively through the membership program. And if you want to see us advance in this job as well and you want to join the team, yes, we do have very affordable member packs that you can choose from so that you see us advancing with this work, right? Thank you so very much in advance. Now, as always, we do have an interesting episode to, look at. And this is a sister, a melanated sister that speaks about the fact that the black community is going to be punished really bad. And she literally gives points that are, eye-opening, because in this entire thing, our focus is looking at the Latinos and saying, you voted for this, you're gonna get it. But then we are not looking at the fact that the punishment for the black community has already begun. And if you want to ask me how, yes, look at the Maga supporters, black Maga supporters that were very crucial in these campaigns and how they've been ignored and dropped. And yeah, the man is appointing the palm coloreds, right? And so many people have already started losing their positions. If these things have already started, tell me what is going to happen in January. Now, she speaks a lot about DEI, and I know the last episode that I did, a lot of people say that they have not really felt so much impact when it comes to this program because they feel like it's really benefiting others more than them. I want to say that who am I to really disagree with you, because you guys live there and you know the reality. What is on the ground is totally different from what we on the media see, right? But I'm also going to say that this is not just about the public spaces or public departments, but rather everywhere you work in, because we face discrimination, and these are realities that you guys live with again, right? So I feel like diversity and inclusion is, as much as it's not really benefiting the black community, but a certain group of people wanting to get rid of it, that's one way to show you that they are actually targeting you. And she poses a lot of things. She says that the palm-colored women that are coming out to say, how can we make you feel safe? Why do you keep opportunities if you are really for us? And oh my goodness, that really got to me. But before even spilling everything, why don't we watch this come back and then talk about it?
Okay, so we've had only a day for the dust to settle. And for those of us who work in this diversity, equity, and inclusion space, the dust isn't quite settled for us yet, because what has happened is going to impact us greatly. But I want to talk about something, right? There's been so much commentary about black people, more specifically black women, locking the fuck in to take care of each other. And we absolutely need to do that. Now, here's the part that everybody's talking about, and I've talked about this too, about what is the end goal here. And I think the end goal here, specifically for white women, is about using their wombs to get more white babies here in these Americas, because the birth rate is declining across the country, but it is really declining within the white population, and the group that struggles the most with fertility is white women, right? And so the goal is to get you back in the house barefoot and pregnant. But there's a secondary and a more insidious piece here that I don't think people are thinking about and haven't talked about, so I want to talk about it here. The group that is the most reliable to the Democratic Party is black women. And they're going to start punishing black women. They're going to start punishing black women. Now, y'all know that I'm in the DEI space, and this space is overran by white people, more specifically white women. But when racist white people hear DEI, I am the face that pops in for them. It is not Molly, right? This is why DEI is the new code word for black. So those of us who are working towards equity and inclusion in the workplace, they started that rolling that back because they want to get rid of us. Because again, when racist white people hear DEI, I am the face that they see, not Molly, right? And they're going to start punishing us. You know why? Because we are the most loyal bloc within the Democratic Party. We are the most loyal bloc in the Democratic Party. And if you think I'm joking, hold on. Now, a lot of businesses, particularly white businesses, white businessmen, most of these men tend to be conservative. And I've already talked about how conservative men typically are the group to help black women the most in the workplace. And a bunch of conservative white men decided that they want to create a fund specifically for grants for black women. That has been challenged in the that's been challenged in court. And the court just blocked companies, big corporations, from granting money to black women specifically. We're thinking about the punishment of the Latinos. We're thinking about the punishment of white women. We have not considered that we are also going to be punished. Black women are the fastest demographic towards business. And we know in this country, business is opportunity to wealth. This is why a lot of black businesses, particularly black women, this is why a lot of our businesses fail. It is by design. It is by design. So all of you white women who are spending your time on this app with your fucking blue bracelets that do not help anybody in any way, we need to know you're safe at the Starbucks for what reason? We need to know you're safe at the mall for what reason? When you are unsafe to us in the workplace. You're the one gatekeeping employment opportunities for women who look like us, but you want me to see your blue bracelet in the mall to know that you're safe? Instead of y'all knitting blue bracelets, why don't y'all come up with a directory? You 40% that like to come on the internet and tell us that you weren't the one. Why don't y'all create a directory and tell us, every organization, every business you work in, what your job title is, what your function is, right? Tell us that. And then tell us how you can help get more black women and black people into these big companies that pay good salaries and get us access. I don't need to know that you have a fucking blue bracelet on your arm. How does that help me and my family take care of ourselves? To know that you're a safe white woman that I can talk to in the mall. Or you're a safe white woman that I can go have coffee with. But then you go back into your white spaces and continue to hire white people. Continue to give resources to other white people. Continue to give opportunities to other white people. But you want me to know that I'm safe if I see you in the mall. That you're safe if I see you in the mall. So instead of doing blue ribbons, why don't we get a blue directory of all you women who are voting for the right thing, who care about womanhood and sisterhood. My email is in my bio. I'd love for all of you white women, this 47%, because a lot of you are sitting with a lot of power and privilege. There's going to be a lot of black women who are going to have to shut down their businesses because it is designed to fail. We need you to be the white saviors and come in and help them get employed. We need you to help them get access to better wages. We don't want your blue bracelet. We want tangible, actionable things from y'all. Because again, we're thinking about how white women are going to get trapped for the babies. We're thinking about the Latinos who's going to get deported. This attack on black women, let me tell you something. We are the most reliable bloc. If we think we're not in the cross, I knew something was up when the funds got challenged to do grants specifically for black women. I knew something was up. And this is when I was back on LinkedIn. And I didn't say anything. But as this election has panned out the way it's panned out, and the numbers look like they look, and 90% of black women have always voted Democratic. They're going to punish us as a group. Especially us black women who are trying to do businesses. So white women, I don't want your blue bracelet. I want access to your resources. I want access to your opportunities that you will willingly give your girlfriend's kid who just graduated college, and you're going to give them their first job opportunity. Give that first job opportunity to Jamal or Diamond. That's how you ally. That's how you let us know we're safe. Y'all like doing performative bullshit while keeping white wealth in the hands of other white people. My email is in my bio. You 47% of white women, I'd like to know. I'd like to create a directory so that when a black woman is looking for an opportunity, when she's looking for resources, I have a full Rolodex so I can send them to you. I don't want your blue bracelet. I want access to what you have. A lot of you that didn't vote for Trump are big deals in company. And you had yesterday to think about it, and your best idea was, well, we can make bracelets. We don't want your bracelets. We want access. You want to be a girl's girl? You want to be in a sisterhood? Well, sisters take care of each other. Let's see if you will. So my challenge to white women who want sisterhood is, are you going to share your access and resources with your sisters? Or are you going to come on TikTok and perform for us like you did during the election? They performed well during this election. Oh, I'm voting for Kamala. Okay. And some of you did vote for Kamala. Now you got to go beyond that because Kamala didn't win, right? And we know a lot of these policies that are going to be put in place, it's about getting women back in their place. And so when that jumps up, how many of our sisters from our sisterhood is going to show up and protect us? Now I'm going to give you guys an update. So I told you I had one white woman reach out to me, and she has been a white woman that has purchased my empathy scorecards for her client. Okay, so she saw the video where I said, will you be? Now she says, I have ways to help Black people who may be displaced from their jobs in the coming months. In person, Stephen Point, Wisconsin. She owns a yoga studio and will hire Black yoga teachers on the spot. Let me say that again. If you're a Black yoga teacher and you are in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, this white woman says she will hire a Black yoga teacher on the spot. Her husband hires paralegals, personal investigators, and other contractors in his role as a criminal defense attorney. My inbox should have been with a bunch of white women. I got a second email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see how many of these emails come in, and then I'm going to make a TikTok for Black women in these places, or Black women who may be looking for jobs, or Black women who may be trying to change jobs, right? This is what sisterhood looks like. Remember when I said the last 4 years that myself and other Black DEI professionals should have been booked and busy during the Biden administration, so that we already had groundwork and plans in place for a Trump administration. But this is not what liberals do. Liberals are reactive. So we have a few months before this government changes over. So we need to start doing things now before that happens. And this is just my way of doing the things now, because I'm pretty sure one of my biggest clients is a government contract. Now, when the government changes, do you think I'm going to get a lot of work for DI? Probably not. So in a few months, I will be looking for a permanent position myself, just so that I can stave off and take care of my family. But I'm not just thinking about myself. I'm thinking about all the Black women who work in the field like me, and Black women who are in places that they may get displaced. So we're going to see how many more of these emails come in. We're going to see how many more of these emails come in, and then we're going to compile it, start making TikToks to help Black women in these places. And if you're the Black woman and I read something that connects with you, you send me an email and I'll make the introduction.
I don't know if you watched a recent episode that I did where a palm-colored woman came out to ask Black people.
What I really want to know is, Black women, what makes you feel safe, seen and heard and safe when we are in shared spaces?
I think our sister here puts out a lot of points. Stop gatekeeping. Yes, because you have access. Allow us to have access to your wealth. Allow us have access to your resources. Allow us to have access to the opportunities you have. Make yourself a door for us to pass through so that we get something as well. But what these people do is always putting themselves first. Now, I don't have a problem with that. However, the only problem and issue that I have with that is the fact that when Black people come out to start businesses and they prioritize their own people, yes, you will hear a lot of palm-colored people coming out to say, oh, you guys are being discriminative, or you guys are being racist, or you guys this and that, right? So we've always been made to feel like it's bad for us to prioritize ourselves. And I think when you look at this sequence of the events and the way things are going, you realize that there's a certain group of people that even with this entire thing that has been happening, they still want to be prioritized. And now Black people are saying we are going to be prioritizing ourselves. And I don't want you to feel bad when this happens to you, because I feel like you guys have been exploited and betrayed for the longest. The only right thing to do right now is prioritize your peace and prioritize your own people. I think they've always been loyal to their own race, and I think the evidence is very clear. Look at what Trump did the moment he realized he's been, voted and he's won. The victory is his. Yes, all the Black Magas supporters that were helping him, that were very crucial in fetching votes from the Black community, he dropped them and appointed the palm-colored people. Where is this one taking us to? To the Black jobs that he was referring to. Yes, where do you belong? You belong to the Black jobs, the low-income jobs. which means you're going to just earn low wages. Because when we look at it in a perspective of all these immigrants are here, they're taking black jobs. Yes, what are the jobs that the immigrants are taking? Low wages jobs. They are literally doing jobs for pennies. And now that they are going to leave an industry with a vacuum, right? But then these people have been used to paying these people so little. So if you have to go back, you're going to have to accept that, or you will not have a choice, because guess what? Who is going to be hurt in this one? You. So you will have no choice but rather to accept this, isn't it? So the impact has already been felt without him even being in power yet. All I am saying is, if you really say that you care for the people, do you really care for all? Or the reason as to why you're targeting immigrants is because you want to put black people at a place of a disadvantage where they are vulnerable and you oppress them really nicely. We need to think about this, because I think what we've been thinking about is the fact that Latinos and immigrants are going to leave this country. Yes. What does that say for you and for the people that are in this current government? That means a lot of them are going to lose their jobs. Yes, and they are going to be replaced. So for the palm coloreds that are coming out to be very performative wearing blue bracelets, I hope this answers your questions of, what can we do to make you feel safe? This is what you are supposed to do. What our sister said, because if you're telling us that we are like you, we are one, and we should stop castigating and letting racism keep going, yes, you are supposed to show us that you want to put this to an end. But the thing is, you guys are super obsessed with power and with being on the top. Besides gatekeeping, how many of these people really support black businesses? That is something else, yes, that we have to look at, because we need to know that you guys are going to be the target. You're going to be punished. And if you do have people that are calling themselves your sisters and your brothers, how many of them are willing and ready to support your black-owned businesses without being jealous of the fact that you're doing something for yourself? In fact, a lot of them, when they realize that, Trump has won, they started going through the businesses that they have been supporting online. They were calling and they're like, are you black by any means? And the person is like, yes, I am black. And they're like, I didn't know all along, I'm even returning your products. So that kind of hate, there are those that do not even want the idea of black people owning and starting their own businesses. It all stems from jealous, because they don't want you to do good for yourself. When you start your own things, they will come and destroy you, just like they did in the past. You cannot pretend to be an ally when you do not want to share the same cake, which is taking me to something that is very crucial to talk about here. You see, this voting, it was very strategic, because a lot of them, they do not want to share the cake. Do you remember the black jobs? Do not forget that. Those are the low income jobs, right? So the cake, the fat parts of the meat, yes, they are supposed to be eaten by, the sons and daughters of the priest. And who is the priest? Yes, DT. That's right. And then for us, we are just followers. So a lot of them, naturally, by the way, naturally, it's not in their blood to share with anybody else. They cannot share, they cannot manage. When you guys, the black community, look out for them, protect them, like literally take part in the causes that are advocating for them, specifically for them, because a lot of the time, some of these causes are really not for black people specifically, but these are causes that are supposed to be for the palm coloreds, but it's the black community that comes out with a voice, because you guys have the voice and you guys have talent that you make people believe things easily, right? And they take advantage of that. So yes, the cake is not supposed to be shared, but you guys share your energy. That's where you guys, I think at this point, more than ever, I think it is time for you guys to come out and support each other. Yes. Black unity right now more than ever is more important. This is not just for black women alone. And that's why I want to make this very clear. Trust me, they are not just targeting you as a black woman alone. They are targeting your men too. In fact, your men were targeted in the first place. I hope you remember this. Your men were the first target to weaken the black family. That was the target. Now they are saying that you guys are coming and you are ambitious and you are strong-willed and you are very, you are very talented. You are devoted. You are passionate about growth, about building and creating things. That's what your men were doing in the first place. And when they managed to get them, right? Now they are coming for you. So do not look at this as a single struggle, that it's only for you. It's targeting you too. There's no black woman without a black man. I understand the gender, whatever that is going on. But in reality, the reason as to why they are targeting you is because they want the entire community down, not just the men, not just the women. They want you all down. I think more than ever, coming together and fighting together, black men protect black women. Black women, ask for help when you need it, and protect your men as well. Connect them to opportunities. Yes, because who is gonna connect them to opportunities anyways, if not you? It's time to prioritize your people. It's time for you to come up with also solutions to what next if this government job goes away, if this contractor does not give me any opportunities no more, if, I am not welcome here. Skills, digital skills are very, very important for you guys because you can work from anywhere. Literally, people will look for you. If you can have that as a backup plan. Anything that you need to make sure that you guys are safe. Otherwise, they are getting rid of DEI, that inclusivity where you've been going and you have the ability to work in any space because, they are trying to fight racism, is about to be gotten rid of. And I think it looks like it is that time again of going back to discrimination and feeling racism straight to your bones. So, I know what you guys think. I want you to put your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe to the channel if you have not. And I will definitely see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Chrissy and I love you. Peace.